Welcome to the Icebreaker Show, everybody. Brian Munns alongside Kevin Olszewski. It is season number 2, episode 1. Our maiden voyage, the Winnipeg Ice are off to a 2-0 start. The brand new WHL season is underway. Kevin O, back-to-back wins over the Brandon Wheat Kings. The Ice have the Western Hockey League's Player of the Week. Should mention right off the start, I'm inside the rink training facility right now. Ice practice just came to conclusion, so the mask is on for me. You've taken the slippers off, or are they still on right now as you're at home? What's going on?
Don't tilt down on the desk on the home video. We've all seen the commercials and know that doesn't work well for us. No, casual at home without a doubt, Brian. I'm just trying to recover. My hand was sore from writing down all the goals and assists and times of goals against Brandon on Friday and Saturday night. What a great weekend. What a just ridiculously fun way for this team to start a season. You can't have more confidence. You can't have a better feeling, I'm guessing, down in that dressing room than they have right now.
Well, we should mention, by the way, the Icebreaker Show is sponsored by Tribute Digital. If you're looking to transform the growth of your business, then Tribute will provide you with your proven online marketing solutions. They've also customized what they do to achieve your goals. Visit them at tribute.com/ice. That's tribute.com, 2 B's in Tribute, and it's a /ice. So our thanks to them making another season of the Icebreaker possible. Matt Heisinger will be back. We'll get the boss on at some point, but we've got the Player of the Week instead coming up a little bit later on in the program here. Owen Peterson, Kev, was named the WHL's top offensive player yesterday. 3 goals and 3 assists on that line with Connor McLennan and Matthew Savoy. How about your first impressions again of, now you saw him in the bubble last year, but what number 17 was able to do to kick off this campaign?
Probably have an argument that might be the second line on this hockey team. That's how good and how skilled and
1A, 1B.
It is, right? Everybody putting up a whole bunch of points. You know what? He's a real easy kid to like, right? For the way he plays on the ice, the way he handles himself on the bench. You can see the other players gravitate towards him. And we talked so much over the course of the bubble last year about legacy, right? And leadership and culture of this Winnipeg Ice organization. A lot of that was led by Peyton Krebs because he worked so hard off the ice. He was rewarded for it. He set records. You know, he did all the right things. But he wasn't the only one, right? It wasn't Owen Peterson just riding shotgun with Peyton Krebs. As talented and as skilled of a player as he is, Owen's a pretty darn good player in his own right. And as a 19, he comes in this year and, you know, they've got, you know, all the scouts are watching, right? We're here to see Connor Geekie. We're here to see Matthew Savoy that you're playing with. And there'll be a long list of players. And he's like, you know, one of the reasons this team has had success is because of guys like myself and Jake and Smallwood. And, you know, we'll continue to talk about all the guys and the high level of skill in this group throughout. But Owen Peterson is one of those big bodied, big performance players that you can't have enough of. And when you've seen the numbers that he's put up, and everything is skewed by the pandemic, right? Everything is skewed by, you know, he played 24 games. He was well over a point a game, right? After scoring almost a point a game in his first season in Winnipeg. So you can just see the development. You can see him take the step further and another jump. And now, as an established veteran in this league, he knows what's coming. Nothing's going to surprise this guy. He's ready for the rivalry with Brandon. Bring it on. He'll step up for his teammates. He chased Jackson Dubé all around the ice in game 1 after he took, you know, what the ice felt was a liberty and a hard high hit on Matthew Savoy. It's all the qualities you want in a great hockey player.
Well, he's apparently next door. So should we find out what's going on with the hottest player in the WHL right now?
Without a doubt. 6 points. Let's do it.
And here he is, the Western Hockey League's Player of the Week. We are pleased to be joined by Owen Peterson of the Winnipeg Ice. Owen, once again, congratulations and welcome to episode number 1, season 2 of the Icebreaker. You have the bragging rights inside the dressing room here, eh?
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's thanks for having me on. It was good to get noticed for Player of the Week, but obviously with the weekend we had, a lot of guys could have had it, so it's good.
Brian opened the door to it. There's got to be lots of bragging going on within that room. There's got to be a lot of confident hockey players in there, and maybe a little John between the lines, because everybody's getting in on the action. So you get top billing now with the Player of the Week status?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of guys are in on a lot of action this weekend, so a lot of guys are happy about their weekend and bragging a bit. But I guess I do have the top notch for now.
So were there some quick texts from some of the teammates, or how did this whole thing play out in the last 24 hours?
Yeah, there's some text. Connor McClendon was the first one that sent me to it, and he was the first to say that he was kind of chirping me a bit, saying don't let my head get too big. So he was kind of on me for that. But no, it was good.
Now, I would assume that he's one of your two line mates. He's probably saying, hey, I kind of helped you get this.
Yeah, no, he's asking for before I came on this podcast, he was asking for a shout out for it. So I'll give that shout out now. I guess he helped out.
Matthew Savoy probably doing the same as the guy who's running in the middle. He only picked up a couple of assists, still looking for that first big goal. So is there some, friendly ribbon going on with him? Are you guys trying to get him on the board a few more times this week against Regina and PA?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously he's been playing great for us. He's been doing a lot of good things, but we want to get that monkey off his back and get him that first one. So when that moment does come, it'll be great. So we're just trying to get that done for him, and I know once the first one happens, there'll be a lot more. So just trying to get that first one out of the way for him.
How difficult is it to create chemistry with a new line mate after playing with Peyton and you and Connor had obviously a good thing going and know how each other plays. How difficult is it, or how big of a challenge is it to create chemistry with a new line mate?
Yeah, well, it is hard, but I had the opportunity to skate a lot with him in the summer, living just 15 minutes away from each other. We most of our skates in the summer we were together. We worked out and skated together, so we got to build some chemistry there. And a couple of years back, I played at some games with him for when he was in Winnipeg, but I think the adjustment's been good. Peyton's a great player, but he's also a stud as well. So it's when they're that high level players, it's not that hard.
We should mention for everybody is the social media, I'm sure will be curious. Kevin's at home in his safe place, so that's why he's not wearing a mask. Owen and I are inside the arena, and we're probably 20 feet apart. So we're keeping COVID safe right now. So that's why we have the masks on here today on this.
I know what Petey's excuse is, Brian, is that he's so good looking, he'd make me look bad if he took his mask off. I don't know what we say for you, buddy.
That's the young guys. That's what it's all about, right? No doubt. Hey, Owen, what's it been like? We've all been together for just over a month here now. Training camp began in early September, and we're into October. The season's here. Despite the fact that your club has had tremendous success right now, let's go off the ice a little bit and what it's been like to gear up for what's now season number 3 here of the Western Hockey League in Winnipeg for you and the guys.
Yeah, no, it's been good. With the COVID bubble season last year, it was nice to get back to the city, move back into our billet homes and get familiar with the city again. Just going for lunch with the guys, playing around with the guys. It's nice, nice getting back to some normal living instead of just staying in a bubble. It's been good to be back in the city, and our group of guys, we're so tight already. We gel. We have a good mix of veteran players and young guys, and we all get along well. There's a lot of good relationships in the room, so it's just been nice to get back settled in and off to a good start. And we're just looking to build off and have some fun.
You got to get a shout out here to the Billet family, though. Like, you've got to pump the Billet family tires, right?
Yeah, no, our Billet's having good. Steve and Carrie McFarland. Savoy moved in with me this year, so they've got 2 of us. Then Rocky and Maverick are the 2 kids. They both play hockey as well, so they look up to us, and they have their hands full with me and Sav downstairs, but they've been great for us.
We talked about off the ice, Owen, and you mentioned, you got a good mix of veterans and young guys. It doesn't take long in a junior hockey career for you to become the veteran after being the young guy, right? So as a guy who's part of the leadership group on this hockey team, off the ice, you got new guys, you got guys coming in from Europe this year as imports. How big of a role do you play in making everybody feel comfortable and making sure you got those, those good relationships going off the ice?
Yeah, for sure. Just looking back at it, like you said, I felt like I was just the young guy as a rookie when I was 16 and 17. I always looked up to the older guys, and try to follow their lead. And so now this year it brings a bigger role to kind of lead the young guys, lead the new year European guys, and try and build everything together to form a team. So as an older guy, I give myself a pretty high responsibility for that, and try to do the best I can to help our team.
Tell us about Martin Bowman a little bit and Max Struhl and what you've learned from these two guys so far in the few weeks they've been around.
They've been great. They're two very, very nice people. I've loved to get to know them. A couple weeks ago, we got to go golfing as a team, and I was paired up with Martin Bowman. It was his first time golfing, so that was fun to kind of teach him how to golf. And he actually by the end of the round, he's actually not a bad player for the first time golfing. So. And then Strules, he's great too. They're both great players on the ice and great people off the ice. So that's nice.
Well, we appreciate the time as always. It's been a great start to the season. Obviously, back-to-back wins over Brandon, and the Western Hockey League acknowledges you as the player of the week. So thanks for joining us on this maiden voyage of season number 2 of Icebreaker, and we will catch up again as the year goes on.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Owen.
Our thanks again to Winnipeg Ice forward and the WHL's Player of the Week, Owen Peterson, for joining us on this first episode of Season 2 of the Icebreaker. Icebreaker Show is always brought to you by Tribute Digital. Tribute Digital provides e-commerce marketing solutions that go past just impressions and clicks, focusing on revenue for your business as well. Contact Tribute Digital today to transform your digital business. Visit tribbute.com/ice to start. Kevin, 2 Bs, not 1, 2.
I won't forget.
Okay. Hey, real quick, what's going on with that clock behind you? Like, is that a crushed Pepsi can or what? What's the deal here? I've been looking at this thing for the last little while.
It's totally retro. To be honest with you, I'm sitting in my wife's home office, so you'll get plants and inspirational messages, and there might be a dog run through here at some point. It's all part of the Icebreaker, man. And that's, I got to be a guest last year with Mac, which was super fun, Brian, because you get to talk about some stuff around the game, right? We're always focused on goals and assists and power plays and situations and what's going on. I think it's a real good platform and format, throughout the year. You and I will get a chance, and whether we're together or we do it separately, however it kind of plays out, to talk with, some ICE alumni, some NHL alumni, some interesting, broadcasters, and just people around the game that all are a part. Everybody, my big takeaway from Saturday night was having fans back at the ice game, how wonderful it was. And just to see the faces, and, people had masks on, and we get that. And, unless they were eating and drinking, you couldn't see the smiles. But I said the eyes were lit up on every kid that was in there. And we hope to see, bigger and bigger crowds as everybody's kind of comfort level rises as we get back to normal. It just makes such a big difference. And I mean, it's so much fun when the home team scoring a whack of goals and crushing a rival. That makes it fun too, but it's a great atmosphere. It's going to be a great hockey team this year. So bringing everybody back together, and this is another outlet that we've got to do it. Every little piece helps, and I'm looking forward to it.
Biggest takeaway from opening night in my house on Sunday morning was my 10-year-old made the video screen, the Jumbotron, 5 times. Couldn't remember what the final score was. He brought that up later on in the day. I think it's 6 or 7.
It's because he's got better dance moves than the old man, Munzie. That's what it's all about. Kid can cut a rug. I'm all for him being a star up on the Jumbotron.
Me too, because you don't want to see that. Hey, one thing we did see this week real quick was Gage Alexander is back, the last member of the Winnipeg Ice. Of course, McLennan was in Philly. Lambo's got a chance to play for the Wild against the St. Louis Blues in a preseason game. Gage Alexander spent 5 weeks on Huntington and Laguna and Newport Beach, as well as the Anaheim Ducks training facility. But hey, he got a chance to see what it was all about. He's back with the hockey club this week, so great to have everybody back. And how about the weekend performance for Daniel Hauser? Went 2-0 convincingly, including that first game when he stopped not 1 but 2 penalty shots.
Well, and Gage has a great tan, but it's been 26 degrees here in Manitoba. We didn't miss too much, so we don't have to be overly worried that it was in January when he was spending time in Cali and ripping it up down there. So I'm looking forward to seeing the big man back between the pipes without a doubt. But what Daniel Hauser did on this weekend was just a continuation of what we saw with him in the bubble. And the kid's got, I said, he's plays for the right team. He's got ice in his veins, right? Nothing seems to rattle him. Just like home opener, season opener, whatever. Bring it on. Good team in Brandon. Penalty shot in a 2-1 game to keep things real tight. And even in that 7-1 win on Saturday night, there was that save he made on Zimmer in the second period. Ty comes flying right in, and he was down low, laterally came across. Yes, the game, it's a 3-1, 4-1 game at that point, but it crushes the momentum of the team on the other side, and it just locks it down. And I think the other players, the skaters on the ice, say, listen, this gives us confidence that we can keep doing our thing. And we've got a guy back there that's, ultra focused, right? Staying in the game. That's got to be hard. A 17-year-old goaltender in here, he goes 5, 7, 8 minutes without a shot on goal, and then he's got a clear-cut breakaway, or then, because those chances are going to come. So great job by Daniel Hauser. Important player in 2 lopsided victories. And you wouldn't think that looking at the scoreboard, but I know the coach mentioned it, and now having a tandem going forward.
Ice are in the midst of 6 consecutive games here against the East Division to open up a brand new Western Hockey League season. Kevin, this was fun. Our maiden voyage. Season number 2 is underway for the Icebreaker. Thanks for this, and we will talk again soon, my friend.
Happy to be your co-pilot.
Kevin Olszewski with me today. I'm Brian Munns. That's the Icebreaker, everybody. Thanks for joining us. The Icebreaker is always brought to you by Tribute Digital. Go visit tribute.com, and don't forget, that's Tribute with 2 B's.